Prime Minister Modi hailed the announcement made by UNESCO on X. Prime Minister Modi wrote, and I quote, "People in India and around the world are thrilled. For us, Deepavali is very closely linked to our culture and ethos. It is the soul of our civilization. It personifies illumination and righteousness. The addition of Deepavali to the UNESCO Intangible Heritage list will contribute to the festival's global popularity even further. May the ideals of Prabhu Sri Ram keep guiding us for eternity." And India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Shankar also hailed the addition of Deepavali in the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity list. In a post on social media, he wrote that it is a recognition of the festival's immense cultural, religious and spiritual significance and of its role in bringing people together. Let me now go across to my colleague Siddharth Bhardwaj for more on this. Siddharth witnessed that momentous moment in the national capital a short while back. We're also joined by Hiraman Tiwari, a well-known scholar from the Jawaharlal Nehru University. Thank you for joining us, Hiramanji. But first to you, Siddharth, how was that big moment you were witness to it in Delhi?
Oh, that was absolutely amazing, Gautam. First of all, a very good afternoon to you. And where I'm standing right now, a while back, it was looking like Diwali has come for the second time in just a single year. This is such a significant moment that I witnessed, wherein the Indian delegation, when it was announced that Diwali is now inscribed in UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity, everyone was jumping with joy with the tricolour in their hand, and the chants of Vande Mataram, like you've told our viewers, were going on and resonated in the entire plenary hall, outside of which where I'm standing right now, and you can see behind me there are some people as well from different nationalities, around 160 countries, people and delegation from around 160 countries are here. And when it was announced that Diwali is in the list, everyone started congratulating the Indian delegation and to media personnel as well, and such was the atmosphere here. It was absolutely electric. Diwali, as we all know, Gautam, is widely celebrated not just in the country but in the entire world. You know, the way our diaspora also celebrates Diwali is absolutely phenomenal. You and I saw the visuals during the time of Diwali when people were celebrating with firecrackers and distributing sweets, and now lighting diyas as well. You know, in foreign countries, it was absolutely amazing. Back here at home, people now celebrate Diwali in a very different manner, in the sense that people have started buying the made in India products. This is an initiative which is now seeping through in their hearts and minds, and they're taking it very seriously. This is a festival not just about celebration, it's also about honoring the Indian artisans and their work. And that is why we saw this Diwali how people are going in the market and buying made in India products. It will also boost the economy of the country, Gautam, and this is coming at a time when India is walking on the path of Atmanirbharta or self-reliance, which is further aligning with the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, a year where India will be celebrating its centenary of its independence and is expected to make everything under the sun. Today, India is at a position wherein the world look at India. You name the sector and India is there. You name defense, agriculture, health, textile, finance. India is leading in every sector. And you saw the GDP Q2 numbers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also hailed those numbers, which also goes on to show that India is on the path to becoming the world's third largest economy. And, this is a very special moment. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also mentioned it. You read that post shared by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on X. The Prime Minister also said that it will help, in the global popularity of the event, which is already, shining and already, pretty much highlighted across the world. So it was a very significant moment, and, I would consider myself really lucky to have witnessed this significant moment live, wherein the Indian delegation was all chanting Vande Mataram and Bharat Mata Ki Jai, and with the tricolors in their hand. In fact, Union Culture Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat was also here, and he said that in the next Diwali, in 2026 Diwali, you light one diya extra, as part of the celebrations of Diwali being inscribed in UNESCO's heritage list. And Diwali, and he also said that when you light just one diya, just one diya radiates, everywhere. So imagine when crores and crores of diyas, are actually there. How much the radiance would be in the entire world. And this is coming at a time, Gautam, when the world is witnessing conflicts and wars in different parts of the country. This is a very significant moment for India, which will strengthen India's position, on the global map as well, which is actually strengthening with each passing day. And the world
Certainly,
is,
Siddharth.
like I said, looking at India, for various collaborations as well. Gautam, when I talk about the trade deals as well, you talk about the FTA, you talk about other trade deals which are in the finalizing stages. So this goes on to show that how the world is now looking at India, as far as the collaborations are concerned, Gautam. Also, the fact is this, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi goes to other countries, the kind of respects and welcome he get there, it truly
Oh yes,
shows
it
that
does
India has
definitely
now arrived
respect
on the global
and
map,
reflect the
wherein
kind
world
of
looks at
position
India.
that India has acquired for itself in the global pantheon. Siddharth, thanks a lot for joining us with that input. Now let me turn to Dr. Hiraman Tiwari, Professor Indian Culture and History at the Jawaharlal Nehru University in Delhi. Hiraman Tiwari, why is this such a big deal? I mean, we've seen the Diwali lamps being lit in the White House in 10 Downing Street, the Australian Prime Minister, so many other leaders wishing India happy Diwali. So why is this UNESCO list inclusion so critical?
Gautam, thank you very much for having me. It's such a pleasure to be on this occasion with you on this television program. You asked why it is such a big deal, so important, because Diwali is synonymous with Indian culture and civilization. You have multiple ways of coming to Diwali. The entire country, entire world almost, and anywhere where you have diaspora, you talk about Siddharth, we talk about wherever people are there of Indian origin, they look forward to Diwali, because Diwali also represents what has been said by our Vedic tradition, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Wherever you light a light, where you bring light, of course the darkness goes, whether it's the darkness of lack of knowledge, lack of prosperity. And that's why Diwali is also considered as a sort of signifying prosperity. And the way in recent years, particularly in last 10 odd years, Indian cultural symbols and civilization, as you have seen, including Diwali, which has now been included in the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity of the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. It is extremely important. It will give boost to those who are connected with Diwali. As Siddharth was saying earlier, when you light one diya, you light the house of a person who makes that earthen diya or whatever the kind of diya that is prepared in the market. The entire year until Diwali comes, all the business people and the business houses and communities are looking forward to producing goods which they will sell, and of course consumers will look forward to purchasing. So this is one economic aspect that you're talking about. The cultural aspect is extremely significant. It comes at a time when, of course, Ram Janmabhoomi Mandir has already been constructed, and only a couple of weeks ago there was a Dhwajarohan, and this Diwali festival is connected to the arrival of Ram back into Ayodhya after his 14 years of living in the forest. And that also included fighting Ravana, who had abducted Sita Ma. And therefore, the arrival of Ram signifies two things. One, that the triumph of good over evil, if you don't mind that phrase, but of course, dharma, that becomes very important. And secondly, that there is a prosperity, there is happiness, there is a joy. So as you mentioned, there are several other things of India, civilizational symbols of India have been included in the UNESCO's heritage of humanity. But this one should have been, like yoga, included long ago. And as you can see, the effort of Indian people, Indian government over the last 10 odd years, where India is marching ahead with economic, cultural and civilizational progress, the friendship with many countries of the world, independent of any fetters that might be there in the relationship. So it is a very good and significant moment for India. It is a joy for all of us who believe in Diwali, who celebrate Diwali, and joy for everybody who look forward to each year Diwali for fulfilling their dreams, whether they are businessmen, whether they are educationists, whether they are consumers. So the idea of the light in itself is universal, but in India it has been connected with knowledge and prosperity, and therefore this day today, where it has been announced, and as you saw, the joy with the Ministry of Culture, Minister of Culture, Mr. Shekhawat himself, who announced it to the public, to Indians, and the appreciation and joy that was expressed by Prime Minister in beautiful post on X and by the External Affairs Ministers. All of them have worked very hard to get where you are today, and therefore this occasion, as you said, is extremely significant in many, many ways. Not only the recognition of this festival as one of the best festivals or most sacred festivals, which is connected to everyday life of India. So throughout the year, I'm repeating myself, people are looking forward to Diwali over and above the symbolism of light over darkness, the symbolism of dharma over dharma, the symbolism of good over evil. Whatever wrong that has been done, if you manage to correct it, that is also associated with Diwali.
And still more, I guess India has to offer as far as this list is concerned. I can think of Holi straight away, but then so many inclusions already. This is the 16th, I believe. These inclusions are, of course, not counting them all, Garba, Kumbh Mela, Yoga, tradition of Vedic chanting, Ram
Many others,
Leela.
Gautam, which have been put in pipeline by the Culture Ministry before. I mean, the Indian delegation, Indian side has put forward 3 or 4 very important ones. I don't want to mention them, but when they come, we'll all know. So it is important that the world recognizes, and you said quite correctly that not only the White House in the 10 Downing Street in London, in Australia, across the world, all the capitals, not only the major capitals of the world, have recognized this. They celebrated both for the sake of the significance of Diwali, but also for the sake of the diaspora Indian community, which is contributing to each country's prosperity, peace, and civilizational values.
Certainly. Hiraman Tiwari, thank you so much for joining us and talking about this significant development. It's a cultural development, but also reflects India's glory, its pride, its well, the kind of expanse that it has in the terms of richness of its culture, which is showcased to the world. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.